did you tag me?
Bud, you're part of the Surreal Talk group.
Oh.
Get some exposure here.
Nothing I love. Oh, yeah. You know how much the Surreal Talkers love me.
They do. They do love you.
You want to get... Hey, I will say that I equal ratings, buddy. I equal fucking YouTube ratings. Tell that motherfucker.
Massive comment.
He doesn't know shit. Fucking tool.
Check. We got
What?
South Wheel, in fact,
Hello.
rise.
I'm a what?
Despite he
South
thinks.
Wheel rise again.
It's called Liberty.
Maybe
Who
you heard
said
you
that in our
tried
thing?
it?
It's called Liberty.
Holy shit.
There's
he's
been a
alive.
run-in. Has he got a steel chair? Hey, we have like 41 minutes to get this done, so we're gonna...
You guys don't need me or not?
We need you.
Who's he need?
I've been up for like 17 minutes.
This is gonna be... This is gonna be... not short, but let's just reintroduce the show.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
1, 2. I do.
Could even save the tag team thing and just.
We'll just say that we're gonna come back, but we'll basically explain what the show's gonna be from now on.
How are your headphones over there?
Quinn's cutting my tooth. It's fucking brutal, man.
You shut up. Anybody else?
Brutally.
Brutal?
The girls didn't have any issues with it.
With what?
Cutting teeth.
Oh, cutting
they were
teeth?
fine.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
No,
How old are
the baby's cutting teeth. That sucks dick. Sorry,
Baby's
dude.
just being an asshole.
How old?
Do you have any pictures or?
6 months, 7 months. 7
Check 1,
months.
2. Check 1, 2.
You want me to give you a
Check,
picture of
chickadee,
her
check,
tooth?
checkpoint.
I just didn't know if you
We're making it up.
took any.
Check.
Took any pictures of her teeth?
Hello.
Oh,
All right, we're ready whenever you guys are.
Oh, this.
are you serious?
Yeah?
Are you playing intro or no?
Yeah?
Why is this?
I guess
broke?
we're on.
Here, I'll tighten up that nut left on the elbow. Tighten up. I mean, it's already tight, but just crank it down.
Yeah. Crank on the.
There you
Tighten
go.
that. Tighten that nut. Tighten that.
All right, here we go.
That nut. So am I leading in, Corey, or are you?
Check.
Am I on?
You're on. Be quiet. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
The following podcast is scheduled for one fall, and there will be no disqualifications. Making their way to the ring from lineupmedia.fm at a combined weight of 849 pounds,
That's way off,
the
man.
Three Horsemen.
Oh, we are back. It's so odd that we get back. We're coming off a big tour of Japan. We're the top podcast gaijin in Japan. People chasing us down the streets saying, please stop doing your podcast. And we said, no, we're going to come back and do it again. This is Corey. You know T.O. You know Eric and Everett, Fox News' favorite Surreal Talk podcast show hosts.
That's true. Podcast show host.
We've got 4 horsemen there. There's a 5th horseman now, gents. He goes by the name of Alex. Introduce yourself, Alex. Let the people know.
What's up? I am Alex. I've been with, the building that houses this studio.
Correct.
I've been with the other company that is in this building for about 2 months. Let's see. Grew up watching old school pro wrestling, which is, we'll get into this later, but that's pretty much all we're going to be talking about. I don't know. What else?
That's good.
Wait a minute. You're not a Roman Reigns fan.
No.
That's what this group started
Who?
as, the Roman Reigns fan club.
Right.
I'm leaving.
Oh, no, never mind.
Now
It's done. It's game over.
he's done. Okay, so you guys all know, you guys have met Eric. We met Eric when we did the WrestleMania
Benoit.
deal thing.
Yeah,
oh, shit, that's right. We did
way
all that
back
stuff.
when in the Benoit podcast.
Man, I was going through shit trying to think of what we could do now that what we have we're coming back. This is a reboot. Like
It's a triumphant return.
all these
really.
popular shows
Yes,
that
we're
keep
back
getting
from
rebooted.
we just resigned.
We
Right.
We're at the dojo and New Japan, and
Right.
we're free agents, and
Oh man,
we're back.
what a
We're all in.
what a tour.
We're all in.
Kobayashi, Inoki,
Ibushi,
Rikido's. There it is.
Rikido Santana.
Rikido. Yeah, and Omega, it just couldn't get on the same card.
You couldn't get the same car. There was too many dudes in there with them.
Right. We're coming back. We've decided, we've mutually agreed. This is basically going to be an old school wrestling show.
And I'll go off on my tangents when I want.
Tangents.
Okay.
I remember you used to go off and take a dump.
Get
at
in
the end
here,
of every
Larry.
episode.
They're talking about the UFC.
Tangents, dumps,
Same thing.
hijack the show as I tend to do.
And I
by
think we're all,
accident.
Eric, you're going to be in for everything, right?
I should be, yeah, unless you guys got more people in the studio or.
I don't know if we can fit anybody else in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
at this
Cromer
point.
started watching wrestling, so he'll be a guest
No.
from time to time.
Oh.
No.
He knows Benji Molina.
Big Easy. Big Easy, you're all in.
That's true.
Big Easy, you're all in, correct?
I am all in.
We're all good. We
I
got
am in
Alex.
all.
We've added a fifth horseman, and what they say about the Three Horsemen Show. When you're a Three Horseman, you're a Three Horseman for a little bit because we don't know how long the show's going to go before we just adios to some bitch again.
Yeah, you'll have that.
Yeah, but this is a short-term thing today. If we talked about, we were going to do talk about some tag teams and things, but the studio, apparently it's not easy to get a hold of because anytime we say we said we were going to do our first show in however long, so somebody said, "Oh well, I need it."
A Molina shows
Like
up.
23 minutes into the fact that you guys get going. So, what are we looking to cover once we get going again? What are you guys looking for if we're going to do old school shit?
I think we do exactly like we used to do. We just pick a topic that is relevant to old school. It could be something as broad as tag teams, which I know is what we were wanting to do for our first topic, to
Right.
managers, to valets, to best pay-per-views of the old school era. Anything we want.
And then let me bitch for the new stuff for 10 minutes, because if I'm able to do that, I get 3 hours to myself on Monday night, 2 hours to myself on Tuesday
Oh,
night.
I thought you were
away
just
from
going to
the
keep
kids.
replaying the 10 minutes in your ear. You're just going to keep listening to yourself talk about it for 10
No,
minutes.
I'm just going to.
It's like,
I would just like to bitch about how bad everything is and then go.
fair enough.
They put the IC title on Ziggler last night out of nowhere for no reason. But anyway, go ahead.
Eric's just wondering who
New
that
stuff,
is.
huh?
Baron Corbin
Yeah.
shaved his head. I think we were
I was
responsible
thinking
for the
about
head
Mabel,
shaving.
like big Mabel,
you might.
500-pound Mabel with the.
Viscera.
Yeah, that's who, I don't know. I just had that.
Yeah,
in my
he's
head.
suing. He's suing the. Or he had a lawsuit going against.
He's
him.
dead, ain't
Big
he?
Daddy
Before.
V, he's dead.
Yeah, he died. His old lady was suing the company.
Oh yeah, well, what she? have to sue him
Apparently,
about?
They
apparently,
filled him with butter and sugar for fucking
Yeah.
50 years and then made him get in a ring.
apparently the steroid concussion lawsuit, not the pounds of butter he would eat on the stadium popcorn before his matches.
He was
Holy
600
shit.
pounds. Apparently, that was
Huge.
WWF's fault. Yeah.
Oh, it was WWF's fault.
I don't look at me.
Oh,
Hey.
Okay.
That man lived his gimmick.
Yeah. He used to look like Kofi Kingston when he was a rookie.
Really? He was
No.
Yeah, come on now.
Man, there's been a bunch of porn tapes dropped since we've done our last thing. We could rank all of Paige's pornos.
Oh, yeah.
That could
let's
be
do
an
that.
episode.
Oh yeah, I forgot about all
Yeah.
that. Yeah. There's a bunch of WWE divas that got leaked.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm not sure we're going to do that, but
Could review the videos.
I was about to
Well,
say,
that's nice.
I'm gonna skip that one if you're gonna.
yeah.
If we
Al-
weren't really going to review him, I was just going to rip her apart for 40 minutes. But
Al-
go ahead.
Just like in the video.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
What
wow.
would be
Bam.
different?
E bringing it.
It's like we never missed a beat.
Mm-hmm.
Alex had made a list for us of what we could get back towards. Were you guys thinking we'd do shows that just focused on a single wrestler? I mean, we could do that if you guys are looking to do something like that.
I
We can
think
talk this out. There is no
Yeah.
format today because
Let's
the whole
do
fucking
it.
show's been shortened.
Let's do it right after Pritchard and Conrad do it, and then I can have the fresh info, and I can just go off what they say.
Hey, we got a question from chat whenever we get through this, but
Go ahead.
he
First
wants to know
question.
what year of wrestling would you rebook? It's a good question.
The whole year,
I guess so.
Whole year.
I'd start in about
This year.
2000
2018.
about
Yeah.
2005, and go from there.
What company?
You take your pick, pal.
Oh, I'd rebook 99 for WCW. And just have them not completely shit the bed, so we'd still have.
Two different
the
feds.
height of the
Turner was still
NWO.
gonna go though.
I understand,
Time
but you still
Warner.
could have booked your way. I think you could have booked your way out of it.
Yeah.
My thoughts, but hey.
Do you-
Whole
What do
year,
you know?
one single year. Oh, so you got to do both of them? Oh, fuck. God. Do you imagine trying to do that? But again, like you turned me on to Bischoff, and if you guys listen to that stuff, it's really good, and I know. Asshole.
He's a jerk off though.
He is. But he at least gives, like, we did all this shit.
Did you see
where we-
Jericho did a response to his thing?
Yes, it was fantastic.
I haven't listened to that yet.
What the hell's Bischoff up to these days?
He's doing a podcast now with
Everybody
Conrad.
is.
But there's 3 podcasts right now that are really. Wouldn't you say they're the 3 best without a doubt?
All Conrad all the time.
So it's Conrad Thompson, who's married to Flair's oldest daughter, is marrying Flair's oldest daughter. He had started doing a podcast with Ric Flair, and seems like Flair wasn't real reliable.
He looks like hell
getting
these
on
days.
the podcast. Well, then he got
He
sick.
almost died, too.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So
you can tell.
Conrad started his first one with Bruce Pritchard, and Pritchard was what McMahon's number 2, number 3, number 3 throughout the heyday. So he's pretty much gave all the back build-ups, why they did this, why they did that, which is pretty fascinating. From there, he did a show with
Oh, well,
Tony Schiavone.
Oh, I see.
So he's doing Schiavone with WCW
Which is
and
great.
older NWA, which is Schiavone's funny as fuck. But now he started doing one with Bischoff, and it's the 83 weeks
Mm-hmm.
that they were ahead of WWE in the ratings, WWF at the time. And they pick subjects. They pick, they'll pick Halloween Havoc 96,
There you go.
like Schiavone. So Schiavone and Conrad will go all the way through up to booking Halloween Havoc and then do that. Then sometimes they pick specific episodes, and they did what Ian and I did with his first fight against DJ. It's kind of where we got the idea at Mighty Mouse. And just have them go through the pay-per-view, break down the matches, the fights, and rebroadcast it.
Oh.
But those guys happen to be a lot more charismatic, and now I can't share this on Ian's page. So, yeah.
Hey, and
They're
hey,
good.
if you'd like to advertise your podcast on our show,
Reach
just
out
you
to-
don't have to fucking do anything. No. Just
Reach
be
out to
good
Jim
at it.
Cromer.
Just be good at it. But yes, those are the best right now. So
What
I
single
mean,
year would you book, though? Let's get back to the question, because that's what,
Oh, I said 99.
99 for sure.
I'd rebook 99 WCW.
Height of the NWO. What year is that? I mean, I'm just talking like Wolfpack first came out, but the NWO is.
You consider that the
solidified.
height of the NWO, the
No,
Wolfpack?
I'm just saying that's the time I would reboot, right when the Wolfpack
Fair
started.
enough, fair enough. Get rid of that shit.
98.
You'd
Is
do
that
like
what it is?
ni-
About 98?
Get rid of the Latino. Get rid of the Japanese NWO.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Trump's back here doing his thing with
Well, I was
wrestling.
gonna say.
Build a wall around the ring. Keep those NWO Latinos out.
Make it huge.
Would you not do
Would you separate the kid-
94
Oh, sorry.
WWE to give Doink that title run?
Ooh.
Ooh,
That was leading to
shit.
my next question. So we know our sweet spots, right? I know your guys' sweet spots. Somehow you guys watch the darkest days of pro.
So it's hard to give a sweet spot because I started watching that I recall when I was like 4 or 5, so that would put it late 80s, early 90s. But I would also go to the video store and rent the VHS tapes from Mania 1,
Sure,
2.
yeah.
Fuck, we did a whole show
mean,
about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would watch the current stuff at the time. Again, that was late 80s, early 90s. But I would every single pay-per-view, which I mean, WWF, NWA / WCW at the time, they'd have like what 3 or 4 a year at that time.
Yeah.
I would rent 2 or 3 at a time, and
And it was fantastic.
oh man.
It's like binge watching your favorite TV show
Well,
on Netflix.
most of
No.
them were pretty good. You had the weird, awkward 89, 90 time frame where
Ugh.
NWA, WCW was just being
Ugh. Yeah, it was bad. It was not good.
when you're bringing RoboCop in on a pay-per-view, that's
You're
that's
reaching.
That's where I'm drawing a line.
That's a bad sign. Do you remember that or not?
Yeah.
Everybody. I mean, if you've seen RoboCop. But that's the other thing. I was just going through. I have a bunch of VHS since I'm moving. So I have 800 VHS tapes. They're all on YouTube now. So what do I do? Do I throw all my VHS tapes away?
Try selling them if they're in the boxes.
I know. and we're big eBay marks, but it's people buy that shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm not sure why.
Nostalgia, man.
the nostalgia, I understand you want the box, and all the boxes are in great shape, and that's kind of the point. I don't have any of the old plastic. Remember the huge ones that would fold open?
Oh yeah, we had WrestleMania 3, and it was just exactly like that. The huge fucking plastic thing that.
But I have those. Remember the ones from 91, 92, and the 93, where WCW was making compilation videos, short segments of matches. Sting's Deadly Venom and tag team grudge matches. And I don't know if they made any money off it. It was all off Turner Home Entertainment. But God,
some Sting fan would buy that, though, guaranteed.
Because you want the box. But have you listened to Bischoff talk about how much money they did not make on this stuff? What a
They had no idea how to market. They had no marketing person. They I forget what
They didn't have a
wrestler it
licensee
was.
for merchandise.
They fucked up on the video game. That the very first WCW or NWO video game they did was the biggest seller on PS2 or something.
What you guys would know this? Which one was it?
Do you know the story behind this?
They had a WCW NWO game on Nintendo 64.
It was Nintendo 64 then.
Well, that was the highest selling video wrestling
WCW
game
versus
ever.
NWO.
They- So they fucked up when they cut the checks, and they sent the Big Show $500,000, and he is supposed to get $5,000 or something. He goes to Hogan. Hogan says, "Cash it, brother."
Right
so he
now.
went and cashed it.
Hell
But
yeah.
they-
That's probably how much they owed him.
Well, but they had accidentally copied Hogan's formula to 5 or 6 of the guys, and they all made this big amount of money off this. But those guys didn't get shit. That was the one thing that that I did hear about Conrad and Bischoff get into was how Hogan got 25% of every NWO T-shirt.
Yeah.
How Hogan
No shit.
So yes, they talked about how
Holy
they didn't
fuck,
make
that's a
any
lot of
other.
money.
They didn't make any other merchandise. Hogan got his stuff, and then Hogan got a percent of the NWO, and then an additional 25% of it. So he was double dipping on the NWO shirts.
And paid $20,000 a month to wear NWO stuff outside.
Got paid to wear it. It was. I mean, it's
off the
unreal.
show? Yeah.
But
hey.
What
there
is
was-
his
I want his
net worth
lawyer.
now? Right. What is his net worth? How much is Hogan worth?
Well, Hogan,
That blonde with fake tits took fucking all of it that gave him some children.
and now the one that looks like his daughter that he's
It's a goddamn travesty.
So the other thing is they think that's why they didn't make a lot of other T-shirts and merch, is because all they wanted was people to buy the NWO. And you go back to that time, there were no other T-shirts they were
Hey,
making.
I had an NWO shirt.
I remember the Sting shirt. That's about the only other one I
The
remember.
black one with the scorpion on it.
Yep, and
That's-
Goldberg. Yeah, Goldberg
yeah.
made money.
What was his shirt? Who's next?
You know,
what
yeah,
did
but
his shirt say?
Who's
Him with Goldberg. on
who's
it.
agent? Who's agent the Goldberg
It
has?
had that weird
Barry
tribal
Bloom.
design on it that he had that
Hogan's.
tattoo of.
Yeah, Allberry Bloom.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It did. Yeah, his arm tattoo. That's right.
Oh, I have that too. But everybody else did. Not that. Jesus. If you would have pulled it up and it would have been the fucking barbed
the same
wire.
one.
I'd
I'd
have
be like, oh, shit.
But yeah, do yourself a favor. That fucking Bischoff podcast. Now I think it's better than Pritchard and Shivani combined.
I heard Jericho's is good.
Jericho's is good, but it's kind
Hold on
of.
a sec, guys.
It's kinda
Hit the wrong
corporate.
button.
Uh oh, did we lose?
Nope, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh, we're just
It's kind of corporate, you
We're
said,
shooting
Alex?
shit today anyway. What's that?
Alex, did you say it was corporate?
I said it's kind of corporate.
Oh, yeah, it
Jericho's.
was
I mean,
Denver.
like he walks a fine line with everything.
Does he?
Yeah,
Cornette's podcast is always good too.
That's the best
he's
in the
great.
world.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick your favorite wrestler, any period, anytime, who would it be? The one that you could sit there and just no matter what he did, you're behind this guy. Who's your it could be gal. Who's your favorite wrestlers, guys?
Yeah, dude, don't be sexist.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All right.
Who would
would
you
you-
even
who would
be
you
a
be-
midget? I mean, if you like Dink Doink and Dank, or what were they called? Dink Dank and Doink.
Dink, doink, and dang.
What were the two? What were
Dank.
the two midgets that he
Dunk.
had? Was
What
it
were the
Dunk?
two midgets?
Yeah, with the little clowns with Doink.
I've heard a joke that starts like this. I don't remember. I wasn't watching
No,
WWF
yeah,
that
yeah.
close
I'm
in
just waiting for-
fucking '94.
Yeah,
Wait
yeah.
for the punchline.
Yeah.
Dink Doink and Dank. No, I can't remember. But there, he came out with two midgets dressed just like him as a clown. And
Oh, I know you and Big and wait a minute. Who's older?
him.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know you guys. I know your sweet spot. So I know it's gonna be Doink and Gold Dust, and I know that's a tag team
Gold
that will
Dust.
forever live in infamy
Dust.
with the Three Horsemen. So who? Okay, so who is your favorite?
Oh man.
You got to nail it to one.
You don't have a one? A 1 and a 1A? Doesn't everybody?
Favorite wrestler of all time?
One
Gotta
and
be Hulk
1A,
Hogan.
yeah.
I mean, come on.
Fuck yeah.
Gotta have your backup. I get
Yeah.
you.
I don't know. Like, my answer now is probably going to be different than when I was a kid. But now looking back and just, I don't know, having an appreciation of like all the,
He's
all
going
the old stuff.
Flair.
God
Yeah.
damn, Flair's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
you
Flair.
just the older you get, the more shit you're like, oh man.
Well, and Flair's a worker. I mean, Hogan was marketed.
No, yeah.
I mean,
The-
yeah.
I mean, Flair had the Four Horsemen
I would-
vitamins. I mean, who can forget those? Who can forget the Four Horsemen vitamins
Mm.
and those cups that one time?
That one
No.
time.
So who was the favorite as a kid?
As a kid, probably Hogan. But he's not even my 1A now. I might put him in my top 5.
Finding
but
out he's racist probably did something for you. I mean, yeah.
That ruined everything.
Damn it. Such a good,
So-
wholesome guy.
That's why I can barely continue buying Road Warrior merchandise on eBay.
Did you see NXT?
Barely, though.
Did you see
I
NXT
noticed
Saturday
that.
night? That Velveteen Dream came out as Hogan, the black kid.
If I knew who that was.
NXT guy.
Hey, we have a
Velvet-
rule about
he's gonna be-
no new stuff.
He's gonna be the next superstar. He's like 22 years old.
He's going to be the next superstar?
big time.
Want to make a friendly wager that they fuck it up?
I don't know if this kid's charismatic as shit.
Okay.
But
Does-
he's done-
is he black or white?
He's black. That's
Okay.
the
Does he
problem.
dance to the ring yet?
No,
He will.
but
He
he's,
will.
He's done the Rick
Damn it,
Rude.
McMahon.
He's done Macho. He's good. And he's like 22, 23 years
We'll
old.
ruin him. Don't you worry, buddy.
So who you got
An
today
African American.
and when you were a kid?
Who were my favorites?
Yeah.
I'd say 1A and 1B. It's Hogan and Austin, just because you
Stone
can't.
Cold,
You
yes,
can't.
Jesus.
One, you can't say no to your childhood, and two, Austin's. I mean, I was there in person, so you can't not say
I had a 316 shirt.
At a-
I get you.
at a house show you're drawing 20,000 people.
Mhm.
That's not right. But I mean, my favorite, the Road Warriors. I mean, nothing
Hawk and
tops
Animal,
that. Yeah,
They're great.
which is why I mean we were going to start with tag teams today, but we'll get to that next time. We're going to be able to extend this and
So do
be
you
able
go
to.
to clan rallies with Animal? Or
No.
I did.
No, you did.
As long as we're talking about it. Yeah, it was fucking
Clans were
crazy.
Grand Wizard Laurinaitis.
They
now?
said, what a rush 18 times in a row. It was a
Ugh.
thing. They were like, oh, what a rush 18 times in a row.
Ugh.
It was
He's-
like Corey's puppy dog died the day you read those tweets.
Oh,
a small
boy.
part of you just broke on the inside.
What am I missing here?
Oh.
You don't know
What am I
about this?
No, I don't. What am I fucking missing here?
I think Hawk was on or Animal was on Tucker Carlson tonight, and no, I'm kidding. He just went off about Busta Rhymes at the MTV Movie Awards or something.
And
I can't remember what
then
it was.
The wall. I mean, it was
Yeah,
pretty.
it got
pretty
ugly.
Just a big old racist rant.
It was
Yes.
okay. It was when outlandish shit. Like, remember the early part of 2017 where people were like, "You can't say that," and now
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
normal.
Mhm.
So this was like one of the first times. So they were covering when wrestlers would be racist.
If he would do this now, he'd have like 500,000 more Twitter followers.
He'd be
he was
vice
a-
president.
He was
No,
ahead of
no
the curve.
shit. He'd be on fire.
Yeah.
Not that two wrongs make a right. So, but we're talking about favorites. So let's continue this. Who you guys got? All time, because we had this huge tournament like
Yeah, I
2
mean-
years ago. When the hell was that?
It was
I was
around
showing
March
Alex that the other day,
Madness
actually.
2
It was-
years ago.
It was
We did it in March around the
was
tournament.
it 2 years ago, really?
Yeah.
Two or
The
one?
People's Champion?
No, we
What
didn't do
year
it
is
last
this?
year.
I think it was
We didn't
2017.
do one this year. We did it last year.
Yeah, you're right. So it was last. Okay, so a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
Good lord.
We're going to have to do that
By
again.
the way, you guys had some guys on there that actually were a champ.
Like, he had issue
Not
with Bam Bam.
technically.
He had issue
No?
with Bam Bam, for instance, who was ECW champion.
Doesn't count.
Okay, so
'Cause
yeah,
it was
I
the
didn't,
big
I didn't
three,
know.
right?
I didn't know what guy, which ones you were and were not counting. So
AWA, NWA, WWF. And wait a minute. AWA, yes. Okay. NWA, WWF. We talked about ECW because I don't know. I just don't know anything. I never watched.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone had never watched an ECW event, and they play one, and he does the commentary for it.
Ugh.
He doesn't know their names except the guys from WCW that came on later, so they let him make the names up. So he goes, This looks like Phil the fucking garbage man coming to the ring right now. Oh, he's smoking.
Yeah.
It was one of the funniest episodes they've done. It was great.
I mean, I never watched it, but
I
it's
didn't
kind of
either.
like these guys fill in my dark spot of that 93, 94, 95 when the business was just fucking dead. And they've talked about that. I mean, that's when Bischoff took over. I keep referencing
When
back.
he went
like I've
from
been
black hair
listening
to grayish,
Oh
yeah, he
my
went to the
God.
salt and pepper. I remember, yeah, it was like a transition. How did you get gray overnight like that, Bischoff? What happened?
shaved his head in the ring.
Yeah.
I think for everybody, though, like around our age, it's either Hogan or Warrior,
Warrior. Yeah.
Oh.
maybe Macho Man.
You a
Flair-
warrior, Mark, back there, E?
No.
That's
Flair.
right here.
Oh,
I had the wrestling buddy. My favorite.
Flair is a generation before us, like guys older than us, probably like Flair more.
mm-hmm.
Then the,
But I agree. But I think, like Alex said, now we all go back and we're all like, oh, well, that's why we like the other guy so much,
But-
because we hated him.
then it goes between Hogan, or I'm sorry, then it goes Austin, Rock.
Mm-hmm.
But my question is, after that,
Val Venus, right?
after that, what's the next? Is it
Corey.
obviously Cena's a big guy? Is it do you group in as like Triple H, Cena, and Jericho for like that next generation of fans to where they say who the big guy is?
I think there's a gap.
Undertaker.
I think there's a gap in our age group now where Jericho's become their guy.
I used to
think-
love
I
Chris
think
Jericho.
I know.
Jericho's stuff that hit the longevity of his career and the way he's reinvented himself over and over. You have to give credit to what that guy's done.
Absolutely, no arguments here.
I mean, I think that he's going to be remembered a lot.
I mean, his career is going on close to 30 years now.
Yeah, and to be relevant like he has, and to start out as a cruiser. I mean, like, just the evolution of his career is pretty impressive. But like, the Undertaker is a guy you never hear people say that their favorite wrestler. As much as people love him, as much as they're the streak, and they put so much into him, I've never once asked anybody like the Undertaker.
I'm tired of him changing.
But
Are
think
you the
about it.
fucking Undertaker? Are you a motorcyclist? What the fuck? What's going on here? I'm tired of that.
Do you guys know anyone that says that
Fuck outta
that's
here.
their favorite wrestler?
No.
No, of course not.
Nobody.
Fair enough.
You give him a check, he might come
And
out as a fucking clown.
that's a guy
He'd be
that-
dink, doink, and undertink.
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
That's a guy.
Fucking
That's
hell.
a guy that worked with Hogan in his prime. That's a guy that
Mhm.
worked with
Yeah.
Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Cena.
Flair.
He's worked with everybody.
Mhm.
Been in big angles with everybody, and he's nobody's number one guy. He was
Kamala. I'm just
Very-
throwing out
very-
names.
very
Giant
Horowitz.
Gonzalez.
one-legged Kamala or two.
No, okay.
Oh.
See, no, that's just wrong.
Do you, no.
Bad. No.
Favorite wrestler?
This
Alex
isn't like
Wright.
the Eagles of Death Metal concert. This is We're not gonna. There it is.
Das Wonder Kid.
Das
Alex
Wunder.
Wright. Das Wonder Kid.
That's the hardest I've laughed ever doing a podcast was the Eagles of Death Metal. or
I don't know what
whatever.
you're referencing. Neither does E. Right, E?
Yeah, I don't know.
We would have the best podcast in the history if that would have been recorded the first time.
We'd have something.
Death threats,
Yeah,
but
that
it would have
too.
been good.
lawsuits.
Eagles of Death Metal threats. It would be a bad deal.
By the way, did you guys know that Jericho is IWGP Intercontinental Champ now?
No,
Yeah.
Did not know
No.
who'd he beat? Ibushi.
Naito?
Oh yeah, I knew he was wrestling Naito.
Yeah, I was surprised he won.
So he's doing this big cruise too, and he has all the guys from
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor going on the cruise and Impact too, doing the match. He's got it worked out great. I guess he's got some deal to where he can't do anything in North America, and he's got free reign from Vince to do whatever the hell he wants.
That'd be so weird to go and see a bunch of guys you don't know.
I still don't think all.
Well, I guess you got marks.
I still don't think All In's gonna sell out. I think it's gonna be half full.
No.
I'm telling you.
So okay, so you guys, just so you know what's going on, nobody sold out a show and put over 10,000 people in an arena in North America since '99, right? Besides WWF, so they just put a show on that sold out in an hour in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
brokers bought half the tickets. I'm telling you.
So Tim's shitting on it. So it was Dusty Rhodes' kid
Yes.
is one of the guys, and the other guys are the Young Bucks. It was basically they're working together to bring this card together in Chicago.
If we want to get attention, we can call him a jack off and tell him he's a piece of shit, and then subtweet about him, and he'll respond on Twitter.
Who dis?
Yeah. See impulsive
Cody
like
Rhodes. Oh, he's the biggest mark
Oh,
on
Oh,
Twitter.
see,
It's
I-
unreal. He
I don't-
can't take any criticism.
I don't know these things. But The other thing they are doing, they are having a giant, what would you call it, like a Comic-Con of podcasts? What is it?
I don't even know what you call it.
It's called.
Well,
it's called Starcast.
Starcast, where all these podcasts are paying a bunch of money to come in and make no money.
Right. So they're gonna do like I don't know what Comic-Con does, but I guess
Sounds
they
comic.
have almost like not councils, but what do you call them? Panels where they ask questions, and they're gonna have guys that they're gonna have Bischoff on a panel with some guys who wrote The Death of WCW. They're gonna have who else has big podcasts? I don't know if any of those guys are gonna be there.
Refused,
Oh yeah,
he wouldn't take the payoff. He goes, "Why would I go to 10,000 people that fucking hate me?"
good call.
And then they
Yeah,
disinvited.
fair.
They disinvited.
Russo.
But all the other ones are going to be there. All the big, like Conrad. I think Conrad's actually putting it on because the checks are sent to Alabama. I'm serious. Like
He didn't put it on because he didn't even. Never mind. Marking.
I think he's the one that's doing it.
Did you get our table set up or not
What table?
at
So
Starcast?
No, I did not. I'm not ever going there again after last time.
Okay.
So I posted about the Three Horsemen, and my buddy Greg Miller says, finally a relevant podcast, relevant wrestling podcast. I don't know about that, Greg, but one day you must discuss the greatest intercontinental champions of all time, and if the Honky Tonk Man is not number one, I'm calling in to argue.
I got my long side burn.
I bet we could
my
get
hair
him to
slicked
call in.
back.
Wayne Ferris.
We probably could get him to call in. Hey, Wayne, are you busy? Well, hell no. Wayne Ferris, and never mind. So, now that we've set our guidelines and we know what's going to happen, well, we've kind of set our guidelines. We're going to be in strictly old school shit because none of us know enough about what's going on now.
New school sucks,
Nor
man.
want to.
Nor want to,
Nor
yeah.
want to.
I tell you, though, I did watch Ronda Rousey wrestle. That girl is, however long she's been, she is already the best women's wrestler out there.
Well, yeah.
Not kidding.
Oh, you know what people are saying online though? She's had all these times to rehearse her matches.
Oh.
And?
That she specifically rehearsed that match she had with Nia Jax for 3 months. Being athletic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she knows how to do leverage throws and suplexes and different tosses because of her background in judo. It makes sense.
So you don't think if she went around like taking selfies, she'd get better at wrestling or not? You don't think if she spent all her time on her
she
Instagram?
didn't spend 2 hours getting her lips done once a week at the
Does anybody
collagen plant.
I was about to say, let's just assume that she did rehearse the match for 3 months. So what?
Nicely done.
Yeah, at least she's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was phenomenal. But do we have her Instagram pulled up or anything? Do we have Ronda Rousey's Instagram?
I can get that.
Oh, she doesn't fucking have one. Maybe that's part.
She
Maybe
probably does from UFC.
think so.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'd probably shut that thing down.
Not to get off topic, but how long did Steamboat and Savage rehearse their match?
Well, the thing is they
WrestleMania 3 match?
Yeah.
Yeah, Savage had a ring in his backyard, right? Is that the story?
Yeah, but they also went around the horn wrestling for a month prior to the.
Here's Ronda Rousey's
She
IG.
only has 10.6 million followers.
Only.
yeah.
Oh, she really does. Notice she hasn't taken one picture herself.
No, it's she has an actual promotional team that takes pictures.
She doesn't know how to work a phone.
No selfies.
Oh no, she took a picture of coffee.
Here's one that's a selfie.
God, wasn't it great how everybody just touted her as like the best thing in women's MMA?
Dude, she
and
was.
comes out,
Before anybody else could do it.
She was before anybody realized that this was a
She
thing.
was
and then
until girls learned how to punch.
Yeah,
Right.
the first fucking lady that comes out just smashes her. You know, I don't know. She was overhyped in my opinion, all around.
She'd still kick your ass.
I'm not saying she wouldn't, but I'm
All
not
right,
professional.
that's
I'm
enough
not
of that.
professional.
Here we go.
Corey can't stand this conversation. He's a misogynist.
Now that we've set the something like that.
You think you could take her?
You didn't
Corey?
even say your favorite wrestler, girl wrestler, huh? So
Oh.
Alundra Blaze.
my favorite girl wrestler.
sexist. Anyway,
Tulita.
Medusa Maselli.
so
Sherry Martel.
we've set the ground
Bull
rules.
Nakana.
We're gonna.
Oh.
Medusa. She's on fucking fire.
Luna Vachon.
We've set the ground.
Their shaved head and shit. Right?
Yeah.
We've set the ground rules, so we're gonna be an old school wrestling podcast. We're gonna come back once a week. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna be? We're gonna do this every week?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Might as well. It's
I
an
think the
hour.
thought was that since there's 5 of us now, no matter we should be able to come up with 3 of us easy every time.
Oh yeah.
So We're coming at it every week from now on.
And then one week we could just say, get out of this business.
Get out of the business.
Tear up that contract.
That's right. And then it's over. We'll be back in the.
You
the clink again
signed
for
your
another year.
death warrant, pal.
I'm already back in jail. Have you seen the stream?
What?
Have you seen the stream?
Uh-uh.
I'm in jail.
Look at you.
Look, there's a shitter right there with the
Yeah.
toilet paper.
That'd be a great topic in itself. Is just best promos ever.
From jail? It'd be the Mountie.
My
Remember the Mountie?
That's you put me here.
Get your hands off of me!
My
Oh,
favorite
sorry.
was whenever Razor
Jacques.
Ramon was first being like,
Oh, those are the best vignettes
Yeah.
ever, man.
Chico. And he had the
He's
fucking-
oozing with machismo.
Yeah, I'm oozing machismo. And Razor Ramon was my favorite. Probably the promos. Probably a favorite ever.
Guys, everything's open for business. You guys want to cover something? We can do whatever we want.
I remember being a fucking kid watching that going, that dude's cool. That dude, look at this guy. He's
I
got
love
that
Cubans.
little piece of hair in front that was kind of curled down, you know?
Chico.
Gosh, I just wanted to be Razor Ramon. Like,
That didn't work
get a
out.
name like Razor. Fuck you. Oh, man.
You mean the Godfather and Papa Shango are the same guy?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What? All right.
He's throwing up green.
Okay, so we're going to come back next week. We're going to just carve out this time in the studio where there aren't bigger, more important shows taking place.
With Celebrity.
The fuck? Anyway,
He's here somewhere.
we will
Oh,
be
yeah.
back next week. Not sure what day it's going to drop. Hell, what's today?
Today's
Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It should be out today or tomorrow. It depends on if Brian's here.
Okay. Brian is our
Producer Brian.
manager. Yes.
He's our valet.
He's our JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Right, there it is.
There we go.
Cass is a great wrestling manager.
Oh, yeah, Grizzly Smith.
That's funny.
Okay, so we'll be back next week. We're going to get this thing going. I'm guessing we're going to start with tag teams, just talk about the greatest tag teams, because that was the plan today. I thought we had this whole
That's the plan.
deal. So we're going to come back next week.
Well, hold on. I just got a text from Brian, producer Brian. Take as long as you need. Jim postponed his show.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly.
Not happening now.
52 minutes in. Take as long as you need.
Unfucking real.
Hope you didn't need a groove.
Okay, so now,
Yeah.
if anybody listened to the show before and was like, hey, I remember that show, I wonder why they didn't want to do it anymore. That's exactly why.
Yeah, we got big timed. Well,
Shit.
fuck it this time.
I know. It's such a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Yeah, but I really feel like this podcast could be like so much fun. This isn't something that we would have to
No,
go in
no.
and work, like, because old school wrestling to me was like it's something I enjoyed from my childhood. You know what I mean? So like coming in and talking about this shit it's literally like I don't know. You have to
It's
do
nostalgic.
yeah, exactly. I have to do research for Surreal Talk. This is kind of like.
You should do
man,
research for
I
this.
fucking remember that. Well, I know I obviously should do research, but you know what I'm saying? Like the feelings that you get from like talking about this stuff, like fucking just amazing, man.
Thank
I
Alex.
love-
He's
I
responsible
agree,
for the
yes.
reboot.
Thank you,
Well,
sir.
I didn't even want to necessarily be on it. I was just like was sitting at home. This was, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And by the way, for everybody listening, there's an app called Yo Radio. You should download it now.
Snap.
Anyway,
Oh,
We're
that's something we're definitely
contractually-
going to have to get in.
Yeah, we're contractually obligated to say that.
Anyway, but there's a channel on there called lineup.fm. Is that the name
Yeah,
of the channel?
Lineup Media.
That is it.
Anyway, and then I came across just older Three Horsemen podcast. I was like, this is awesome. Like, why aren't you guys doing this anymore? And so
Yeah, this is kind of your doing that we're back
Well-
in here pretty
well,
I was
much.
going to say, you should have kept listening. It got worse.
It did get worse.
well,
And here we are.
Anyway, I in your guys' defense, I think it got worse because you were still covering the current product, which
Ooh, we were bad
got
at
worse.
The current
So-
product.
that. I
sucks.
blame Big E.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't blame you. I'd blame you too. If I suck so bad, I'd look for anyone to blame.
I
Yeah,
think I should do a segment on each belt I bring on here too.
Hey,
What do you
we
got
can
here today
carve
with
out
us?
we can carve out the time. Fine.
We got time.
Do
Let's
whatever
talk
we
about the
want.
belt you got today.
Sure.
Alex
I'll-
is sporting a
I'll-
lovely
I'll-
number.
I'll take 2 minutes. So,
Actually, hold on. Before you do that, what he is going to
Pause.
talk about, you can watch on YouTube. What would our YouTube channel be? It's
That
right
would
on
be youtube.com/3, the numeral 3, Horseman with an E, show.
Yes.
Horseman Show.
You can go watch us live anytime we're on. We'll have somebody that pops this all on Twitter, Facebook, lets everybody know. So now you're watching Alex, and you see his belt.
Yep.
Talk to him.
all right. So for those of you not watching, it is a yellow version of the old school winged eagle that was actually never brought to TV. It was made. From my understanding of what little research I've done on it, Warrior had it for, I don't know, a couple months at best. made it on a few house shows. Not this particular one, obviously, but just throwing that out there.
Be nice to have that.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say if this were the real thing, it wouldn't be sitting in here. It'd be in a case somewhere.
Warrior had a white one, didn't he?
He had
A blue one too, I think.
He had a blue one. He had a lavender one, which I also need to. I have, and I'll bring in here one of these days. He had a white one. I've got one of those on the way too. I have a whole collection, which again I'll bring in one of these every week. But anyway, I think this might have actually made it on a talk show Warrior did. I don't know which one.
Arsenio? Regis and Kathy Lee?
Maybe I don't really know.
He actually had a color, and he did a talk show for each month he was champion.
Something.
He was the next guy.
Really?
I know you're an Ultimate Warrior fan. I am
love
not.
the Ultimate Warrior.
I am not.
Like I fucking run down to the ring like he just done a bunch of crank and fucking shake the ropes and shit.
And then
like
he'd
he
be-
was out of
He
control.
did just do a bunch of crank.
Then he'd be
Probably,
gassed
right?
before the match even started.
Yeah, and he had that fucking. When he do his interviews, he do that snort thing.
The
you know?
gods are looking down from the heavens where the cappuccino machine plays. I mean, you never knew what he was talking
A lot
about.
there.
Yeah,
There's a lot to
nothing made
digest
sense.
there.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
No, but I'm a belt. I'm a huge wrestling belt fan. You guys have a favorite?
Probably the one he brought in today, but black.
I was just telling
Oh,
Everett
okay.
yesterday the fucking
The
big
NWA?
old 3 foot tall fucking NWA belt, the huge one
a
that
sweet
Flair
belt.
used to always have. That's probably my favorite, man.
It's a damn good looking 10
I
pounds
like
of
that.
gold.
Yeah, fucking huge,
And
man.
they've all
What
got
about the $1
nicknames.
million
It
title?
would go from his dick to his chest. Like it was fucking humongous. You know what I mean? Like the biggest belt ever.
What about the $1 million belt?
Oh, I forgot about the $1 million belt.
You a fan of that?
Money,
$1 million belt?
Yeah.
Money, money.
No, I mean just because it wasn't a. Well,
I mean, it wasn't
But
sanctioned.
it was damn good looking
cool.
on TV.
it looked cool, but I don't know. I just
Do you remember when the Ringmaster had it? It looked no better than when he had it.
See, you're talking dead period.
That's
Every
Steve
time you-
Austin, pal.
Yes,
I know,
remasters.
but that's the dead year. It's 95.
Yeah.
That's when he
End
had
of
hair.
95, beginning of 96.
I
So, motherfuckers. Sitting here talking dead period.
Every-
Stone Cold, man. That's the Ringmaster.
Stone who?
Stonehenge, Steve Austin.
Stonehenge, no
Oh.
shit.
Stonehenge, Steve
with
Austin.
with his both of his good knees. Right?
No, that's good shit.
Fucker
You-
wore a leg brace from the time he started. Like how do you get
Fun
into
fact:
wrestling
he
with a
came
bad
out of the
leg?
womb with a
With
knee
a-
brace.
Right? How do you get into wrestling with a bad leg? I don't fucking get it. Like,
That's actually how most people got into wrestling. That's how Kevin Nash. I mean, he had a bad limb. That's
Couldn't
what
play
kept him
football.
I
from
heard they
going.
picked him up at a
basketball.
bar somewhere.
Oh, basketball.
Or
that's
maybe
right.
that was. Yeah, I heard they picked him up at a bar somewhere.
No, he used to bounce at the. Is it the Cheetah or the Gold Club in Atlanta?
Oh, so a bar somewhere.
Strip
club.
Oh.
I mean,
Serve drinks.
guessing.
They do serve drinks. don't
Yes,
they?
I was
Was he-
just saying, I
was he-
going there.
was he Oz or Vinny Vegas first?
He was
Oz.
Oz first.
Yeah, Oz, and then
Actually,
Vinny
a member
Vegas.
of the Master Blasters first
That's right.
with Al Green.
Didn't get his peak
Sorry.
until the Outsiders, though, man. God, he really caught a break with the Outsiders. I
I
feel
don't know.
like,
You could
yeah.
say Diesel was.
Diesel was good, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he blew the fuck up. Him and Scott Hall did on the outside.
Got him
That's
on the
fair.
map. Pretty big deal.
That's what I'm
You
talking
guys
about.
keep saying that, and I keep going back to this Bischoff podcast. You got to listen to it.
Really that good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
When he talks, he's like, "Yeah, I ruined all these guys' career. That's
Oh
why you
my
see.
God,
that's
are
why
you
you see.
serious?
That's why you see Kevin Nash and Scott Hall signing autographs, wearing NWO shirts at all these conventions. I'm like, fucking great point.
Yeah, no
He
shit.
doesn't. He's
dude.
like, you don't see Diesel and Razor Ramon sitting at a table with nobody around them by Virgil.
He's got a point.
Go. not
So,
not wrong.
yeah, that's true.
Man makes a point. But what do you think? We wrap her up?
Yeah, let's wrap her up.
Okay.
We'll do this again next Tuesday. We'll come at it with a topic.
Yeah, we will.
Tag
We'll
teams.
do something
Yeah,
special.
I think tag teams. Maybe a one part, maybe a two
Got a
part.
question. So, are we just going by tag teams with names? Or are we going by like fucking pickup tag teams, impromptus, like Hogan and Andre?
If
the
we're doing
Giant?
that,
They
then we
didn't
got to
really have a
consider
name.
Survivor Series tag teams.
Right. I mean,
Now
so
that
where
we've
do
got
we go with this?
now that we've got time, I'm gonna format the show.
What about
for-
3-man tags? Your Freebirds and whatnot.
Ding, doink,
six
and
man,
dank.
six mans?
Yeah,
Ding,
6
dink,
mans,
and doink.
whatever.
God damn.
I fucking love.
What
the little
about
midgets
Gold
running
Dust and
around.
Booker T? Remember when he was the lumberjack and
Ooh.
oh. Yeah, no, we're gonna format. We'll have this broken down. You guys will hate some of the shit I want to talk about, but
But
that's
it's a
all right.
comeback
hate
show.
it.
We'll get through there. It is a comeback.
We're coming back.
Yeah.
We are
So,
back.
Oh,
We
there's
are
gonna be a whole
back, you're
thing.
right.
now. We are back. We are back. It's from
Right.
that
And we're
song
the
after
5
that.
best friends. Oh, right.
There it is. We're gonna kick somebody out of the Horsemen next week, so be ready. Just kidding. All right, we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll get this thing completely rebooted as opposed to this
Yep,
whatever the
remember
hell
to
this was today.
remember to check out our website, threehorsemanshow.com. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/3horseman-show. That's numeral 3. Twitter.com/numeral 3horseman-show. And YouTube. Seeing a pattern, youtube.com/3horseman-show.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna start being professional about this.
Probably should.
I know.
Also, remember to check out yoradio.com for the best in online streaming radio.
For sure, check out Yo Radio. I listen to it every day on my mobile device. Some people call it a phone.
If you
Just
want
going to throw this out there. Hulk Hogan listens on the daily.
Ooh,
See?
that may or may not be verified, but I'll go with it.
I don't think it really matters.
No,
It
it
doesn't.
doesn't at all. We can say that.
It doesn't.
Hey, if you got anything and you want to suggest shows, tweet at us on Twitter, twitter.com/numeral 3 Horseman Show. So we're on Twitter also.
You can also throw it at E and Eric on Surreal Talk if you guys are on there.
We know all the
listening.
Twitters.
That's
yeah,
true.
We're just computer genius.
That's true. Still voted top 5 show in my opinion.
All right.
So
Out
that's
of
something
3.
for Surreal Talk.
I'll tell you, the crossover Surreal Talk did with this podcast was by far our biggest YouTube video. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah,
you
I
guys
mean,
probably got us all our listeners.
by far our biggest.
And then we were
video.
like, all right, we're done with this show. Fuck this. Now
Yeah.
that we got all these people,
We got some steam. Let's just.
we can't
put it
ever
out.
get in there when we want. Everybody's annoyed. Yeah.
But the
All right.
hiatus is off now, and it's back, so it should be a weekly thing, man. Set your podcast player to download it every week.
We'll be back.
That's called subscribe. Please do it. Catch you all next week.
I know, but I don't like the subscribe, like, throw us a like, comment, subscribe. Sound like a fucking
That's what you're
YouTuber.
doing without doing it.
I know,
Right.
I was
Anyway,
gonna say
anyway.
set your-
So, for T.O., who's already fucking gone,
of course he is.
Alex, great to have you. Eric, Everett,
Mm-hmm.
and we call him Big Easy. I'm Corey. We're rebooting next week, so we'll catch y'all next week, talk about tag team wrestling. Till then, enjoy watching whatever this bullshit is on now. Talk to you next week.
And we're clear on the record. YouTube is up. See you guys next week, YouTube. Goodbye.